At least 4 people in Ohio now are confirmed to have the Zika virus. And as concerns continue to spread, 2 local families are speaking up.
They want others to know more about a complication that has been associated with this virus for pregnant women. Medical reporter Liz Bonis joins us now with their stories. Liz?
Good evening. The complication is a birth defect that may have an association with this virus. It is called microcephaly. And these families are speaking up today because they want to share a story with us, and it is because their children have this. Calvin and Mohammed are both 3 years old. They are 2 of slightly more than 100 children known to be born with a genetic condition known as
mandibulofacial dysostosis with microcephaly.
Microcephaly means small head. For Calvin,
Because it's progressive microcephaly, which means his head's going to stop growing, the rest of him's going to keep growing.
the same is also likely true for Mohammed. These 2 playmates met through a Facebook support group.
They play their own little games, and, you know, it's just wonderful, really.
Mohammed's family knew of his diagnosis from birth.
He's my baby. I mean, I just thank God to give me a wonderful children, especially him.
Brittney's family adopted Calvin as a foster child.
We were going to help families get their lives back together and take care of their babies while they did it.
He was placed with them at 17 months old.
It only takes a few moments before you notice that these children are pretty remarkable, and so are their parents and families. And they are choosing right now to share this story for some very important reasons. Sort of while we have this teachable moment, there's a few things they want all of us to know.
You see, the Zika virus is transmitted through mosquitoes. The Centers for Disease Control is still trying to discover if it is connected to a higher number of babies in Brazil born with microcephaly.
But the bottom line is there's just not a lot of answers and a lot of serious questions about what is this correlation? Does the microcephaly really have anything to do with Zika? Is it just bad coincidence?
But as news of this possible connection began to spread, these families struggled with the way the babies and children with microcephaly were described in certain media reports.
I've heard people say, this devastating birth defect, and these poor, poor children. And some of them are pretty severe, but their parents don't see it as these poor, poor children. These are their children. These are our blessings.
The genetic condition that Calvin and Mohammed have is rare, but for parents of other children with microcephaly, they want their parents to know, just like any child,
What are you playing with, huh?
their potential is limitless.
Don't feel that you're alone. You may not know about it yet, but there are other people who have a similar situation. It makes all the difference.
We love them just how they are. We don't wish that they had this, but they do, and we love them just the way that they are. Our dreams for him are the same as for our daughter. They're just a little different.
You magnifying my blessings? And no matter what problems seem magnified, their parents say a strong family foundation and their faith will help them overcome.
I'm ready for that, and I will do it.
With hope, everything is possible, and then with him, he's in control of everything, and everything is possible with him.
These families have invited us to share in their journey as these children grow. They say each child with microcephaly is different, and both of these darling little boys have already exceeded their expectations. Cammie?
They're beautiful babies, and we thank their parents for sharing with us. And those parents have a Facebook support group, and we have a link to it at local12.com.